Have you ever wondered how a femur fracture is fixed using intramedullary devices like interlocking nail of the femur? Here I have shown you an example of interlocking nail of the femur. Suppose there is a fracture of the femur here. The easiest procedure is to put a nail across the fracture site, like this. And then we apply screws across the fracture site, both proximally as well as distally, in order to lock the nail in position. If you notice carefully, you can see that this nail has a slight curvature, which is directed towards the anterior side. This is because our normal femur, if you look at the anatomy, it is slightly directed anteriorly, whereas the tibia is slightly directed posteriorly. This is called a procurvatum, whereby the femur is directed anteriorly, and this is called a recurvatum, where the tibia is directed posteriorly. Why does this happen? Let's take a look at the vertebrate animals and their lower limbs. Since humans evolved from vertebrate animals, they have carried on certain characteristics from vertebrate animals as well. So if you look at this dog's lower femur, you can see that the hind leg of the dog is somewhat like this. So you can see that the femur is directed anteriorly here, which is called a procurvatum, while the tibia is directed posteriorly here, which is called a recurvatum. So similar to that, the humans also have an anteriorly directed femur as well as a posteriorly directed tibia. This helps in selecting the nails and selecting the orientation of the nails while we are doing a fixation of such fractures. So you can see that this interlocking nail of the femur is having an anterior angulation, which simulates with that of the procurvatum of the femur.